Well, Josh, it's hard to know where to start, but I guess we've got to start with the red card. As a teammate, you must feel pretty let down that you had to play 75 minutes with 10 men after a challenge like that.
Absolutely, it wasn't really a challenge, it was an off-the-ball incident which is inexcusable, especially the situation we were in as a team. We're up against it as it is and we just gave ourselves a mountain to climb. There's no real nice words to say. That's an experienced player. We expect better, to be honest. That's it, really.
And then not long after that, you thought you'd scored and it looked like a perfectly good goal and it was ruled out. That must have been very frustrating. I saw you talking to the fourth official. Were you given an explanation as to why that was ruled out?
No, just as is the way these days. The goalie tried, I don't know what the goalie was trying to do, to be honest, and I just jumped up and headed it. He come flying into the back of me. I mean, I was pretty stationary, arms were down. No explanation given, as always, just it's a foul. Then the irony is Ben goes ploughing into their goalie at the other end and it wasn't a foul, so just makes a mockery of it, really. And when things are against you, it seems things really are against you, but those things swing matches and it would have been a real positive swing on going down to 10, but as seems to be the way, the goalies are protected and I'd like to see it back because I'm genuinely, I don't even think my arms are up or anything. I think I just headed the ball, to be honest, and he just didn't catch it, so it's really frustrating one.
And then of course less than a minute later they go and score. I imagine you're disappointed at the free header, but also the timing again, it's always those key moments, isn't it?
Yeah, we were under the cosh a little bit. They were just committing men and the bloke had an pretty much unopposed header in the box. Seems to be the way moment, he headed it right in the far corner. It was a decent header, to be fair to him, but again it's a momentary lapse in concentration which has cost us all three today.
And speaking about the second half, where you can certainly say you put your bodies on the line, but you were just always up against it. You really only had set pieces to try and get that equaliser.
Yeah, one thing you'll never question with this group is the resilience, the application attitude, and I think everyone had a go today and those boys on their absolute last legs out there. Look, it's never hard. They're a decent footballing team, and when you go down to 10 against a decent footballing team, you are doing a hell of a lot of running at the back. We were leaving ourselves man v man an awful lot to try and go for the goal, but we still were very restricted to the chances we had. And as you say, it was only really set pieces, and nothing went for us there. We didn't have too many of them where we could really where the odds start falling for us.
And as you say, you had to do a lot of running, and then you've got a game on Tuesday. It's just not good preparation, is it?
It's not ideal, but we can't keep making excuses and feeling sorry for ourselves. At times like this, we actually have to stand up and earn your stripes, so to speak, as a Yeovil player. And I think anyone who was here today, was clear the players on the pitch gave everything for the club, but that we've got to do everything right now to get it right for Tuesday. And there's no point dressing over it. We need a win. We needed a win today, and we need to win even more now tomorrow because games are ticking by, and we need an ugly win. Doesn't matter how we get it, really, because performances have been okay, but they don't bring us results.
Have you said that in the change room that it's a must win on Tuesday?
Absolutely. I think anyone who doesn't know that in their own right is kind of kidding themselves a bit, and we know that today was a big go for us, and this was an important week for us, and we gave ourselves a mountain to climb, shot ourselves in the foot, and then we can't let it be a hangover on Tuesday and an excuse for Tuesday. It's now a case of brushing this off and getting right for Tuesday, whatever way we have to do it.
And ahead of Dorking, it's not going to be easy. There's no easy games in this league, is there? But one win in 11, you're going to have to go there and try and play the wounded animal and really give them a game.
Yeah, I think we've got to start turning performances into results. It's as simple as that, because we've had some good home performances, and they've come to 1 point, and we've got to start. I don't know, really, Sheridan. I'm a bit emotionally driven at the moment, so I'm struggling to find excuses for it. But we need to go and get a win, and we are that wounded animal. But we have to stand up when you're wounded and make it count and give ourselves the best chance we can, because we really shot ourselves in the foot today.
Have you been in a changing room like this before, where the form is pretty poor, but the performances are better. Have you had to experience that before?
Not in a whole. I think my first season here we didn't get off to a great start. I don't think it took 10 games. I was injured by that point, but I think it took us 10 games to get a win. But no, every season presents a different challenge, and it's a test of you as a person, and it's a test of character in the squad. So we're getting to that stage now where we have to stand up, and we have to make a difference, because we're all playing for something, and we owe it to the fans, really. We owe it to the club, because what we're producing at the moment, results-wise, isn't good enough.
And just lastly, what would you say to the fans ahead of what you call a must-win on Tuesday?
I would just like to thank them for sticking by us. A good turnout today on a very, very long trip. Unless we're not really giving them a great deal to cheer about at the moment, other than some more exciting performances. But ultimately, fans want points like players do, and the return we've had after the games we've played isn't good enough. So it will just be a case of thanking them for sticking by us, really, because I think it's clear to see everyone's trying, but trying doesn't get you 3 points, does it? We have to have a bit of clinicalness, if that's a word, in both boxes, and actually put teams to the sword. I mean, I thought we were on top at times before with the red card today, and it's just inexcusable. The people pay a hell of a lot of money to come and watch us, and especially in the times at the moment with all the money crisis, and we owe it to them, we do, and it's really, really disappointing when you walk off that pitch and you feel like you've let them down, which has been the case so far this season a lot of times, and it's just not good enough.
Thanks, Josh, for your honesty. I appreciate it.
Cheers. Thanks, Sheridan.